We are very good at preparing to live, but not very good at living. We know how to sacrifice 10 years for a diploma, and we're willing to work very hard to get a job, a car, a house, and so on. But we have difficulty remembering that we are alive in the present moment, the only moment there is for us to be alive.
Why is it not enough to live a normal life? In our society, when we say that someone has a normal life, it's almost an insult, maybe suggesting that their life is a little bit too bland or too average. We say things like, go big or go home, live your best life, or the infamous, we only live once, so why not make it extravagant? And I think this narrative can be really helpful in helping us reach our goals and live our dream lives. But I never personally connected with this mindset. In fact, I feel like it put a lot of pressure on me to outdo myself every single time and just rush to the finish line. And most importantly, it blinded me from seeing that my best life is not a stage in my life, but it's a mindset that I have to be in. First, I feel like I have to define what normal means because obviously there's not just one standard definition. So normal is defined as what is average, to be expected, or the standard that society sets for us. And this will widely differ from person to person, maybe because of our cultural backgrounds or socioeconomic backgrounds. But to me, a normal life has always meant a simple, very basic, unpretentious life, seeking more daily contentment instead of seeking the thrills and adventures of life. And you might be thinking, well, how can you live a normal life if you live in paradise? And I get this comment a lot, and I completely understand because from the outside, living in a beautiful island, everything might seem perfect. I can see how having the abundant sunshine and the beautiful landscapes can make living a normal life much easier here. But I will say that living here is definitely not the same as vacationing here. A lot of people have to work really hard just to sustain their life here because it is so expensive, and I am no exception to this. Most of my days are consumed with working, walking my dogs, eating, cleaning, spending time with my husband, and just doing it all over again the next day. It's such a blessing and a privilege to be able to say this, but having lived in so many different places, I realized that by moving destinations, that doesn't mean that your lifestyle is just magically going to change. If we're constantly in search of a better life to escape the ordinary day-to-day, then it's like chasing a target that's always moving. In the process, we might be missing out on the life that's happening right in front of us. Even when I travel, as meaningful as it is to see these beautiful monuments and historical statues and museums, I feel like the best traveling is when I get to integrate into the culture. Maybe going to the grocery store to see what kind of food are in stock. Maybe going to the farmers market to see the different types of local produce and taking in all the different sounds and smells. I love just sitting in a cafe, people watching for hours, just seeing what people are wearing and what their pace of life is. There is so much beauty to an ordinary life, and I feel like it's often ignored or overlooked because we're so used to it. And maybe that's why I'm so drawn to Vermeer's painting called The Little Street. When all the grandmaster painters at the time were painting epic religious scenes and lavish lifestyles of the royals, Vermeer captured an image of his hometown, highlighting the beauty of a quiet, ordinary life.
I don't know why, but growing up, my biggest fear was settling and being mediocre. More and more, I'm starting to see the connection between my consumerist habits, the general fear of not wanting to be mediocre. Once I started to have a little bit of disposable income, I could finally spend money to develop my own style and be more selective in the things that I bought. Little did I know that I was buying into this ideology that tells us to be original, to stand out from the crowd. But accumulating these things never made me any more special or unique, and it didn't add any value to my life. I might not leave a legacy or be the first or the best at anything, and that's okay. That has never been my goal in life anyways. But looking back, I want to know that I have loved the people in my life deeply in every interaction, that I ate really good food and laughed often, that I was the best dog mom to my little ones and took them on many walks, that I tried my best in every situation and made decisions that made me ultimately happy. Living an ordinary, normal life might be easy, but living it well is a whole nother story. I feel blessed to realize this earlier, so that I have the rest of my life to enjoy every minute of it and walk in the right direction. It's kind of comforting to know that this is it. I no longer have to be in a rush to get there, to have it, to earn it, because everything I want in life is right here, happening right in front of me.